Yeah, and we're watching it right there. It looks like a movie scene. This year's prolonged cold is causing more than a mess. Pix 11's Greg Mocker live for us in Williamsburg with the story. Greg, we saw a similar scene just yesterday as well.
Yeah, they pop up. We have to deal with all kinds of hazards during the winter, navigating the slippery sidewalks and roads, moving around these piles of snow, watching them melt and create a somewhat kind of corrosive sludge that freezes and unfreezes and wreaks havoc on pipes and wires. A fire in the street in the snow. It's an alarming sight. It can happen when the elements mix during the winter. For a few hours Wednesday morning along Humboldt Street in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, firefighters and utility crews worked to get a fire under control and figure out what was happening.
I saw the fire, how high it was, and then they towed the car, they removed the car after they put the fire out. Marisol
came by to check on her mom. Once the fire was out, National Grid took over and is working to replace a gas pipe. They have to dig up the street. The emergency started before dawn.
My father, he was in his shorts, everything, and he had to leave real quick. At first, they told him to open up the windows. So the first floor and second floor had carbon monoxide levels that were too high. So that's when at about 3:30, they had to evacuate everybody from the building.
Ruben Burgos rushed over earlier to be with his dad. The city and MTA have sent a warming bus, parked it on the sidewalk in between some of the buildings that don't have gas.
Everybody's back in the building. He a little shaken up. I was worried because I know that any main line goes into these buildings and it could blow up any time. It's a busy time for weather-related issues impacting utilities. Winter conditions create another hazard as pipes expand and contract in the cold and melting snow mixes with salt that's been spread on roads and sidewalks. The Department of Sanitation says its mix of salt and calcium chloride is the most effective way to keep streets safe during winter events. The city and utilities are discussing other ways and methods. Neighbors on Humboldt are glad the electricity's back on. They're waiting and watching the other utility work.
We don't have gas now. There's no gas. I had to go and buy something for my mother to eat.
People are back inside. A couple of holes still in Humboldt Street here. The crews will be out putting in a pipe, fixing that, patching that up. Ultimately, an upgraded pipe and wiring is the solution here with Con Ed dealing with kind of a salt one that doesn't corrode as much, almost prevented for that. There are 96,000 miles of underground wires throughout the 5 boroughs and Westchester County. Live in Williamsburg, Greg Mocker, Pix 11 News.